I spent
decades
being miserable about my weight. To me, diets were about eating salads and being miserable while my friends ate greasy burgers and crispy French fries, all while I dreamed for the day where I might return to eating those greasy hamburgers myself and, putting all that weight back on anyway. I'm a very lazy person who has a lot of vices that make this process very difficult. I give in to temptation all the time, having thrown out garbage bags full of McDonald's takeout, and that's garbage bags, plural. My brain is also broken in such a way that I can't follow any systems or protocols. Keto, fasting, all those kind of things, I've dabbled. The only way I've managed to succeed for as many days in a row as I have is by coming up with the Alex protocol. Of course, I couldn't go in completely blind. There's a few things that acted as basics that I had to incorporate into my own protocol, and I'm gonna go over them in just 30 seconds. Everything you need to know to do your own thing. Calories in over calories out. Everyone has a certain amount of calories that they maintain their current weight, and if you burn more than you need to maintain, you lose weight. How do you lose it? 3,500 calories is 1 pound. So if your maintenance was 2,000 calories and you ate 1,500, 1 pound every week at 500 calorie deficit. So calories are important. Next is just very simple 3 macros. 1 gram of fat gives 9 calories, 1 gram of carbs gives 4 calories, and 1 gram of protein also gives 4 calories. Protein is very filling. Yes! On the flip side, here's all the ways that I failed in the past. I have thyroid issues, so in order for that calorie math to work out, I had to be taking thyroid pills. But as soon as I did, the math started to work for me again. Not actually knowing my proper maintenance calories, there's a lot of calculators out there. Do a bit of shopping around, I would say. Shout out to Precision Nutrition for having a very detailed report I could get. Not sponsored. Lastly, and most importantly, is not actually knowing how many calories I was eating. This part did take the most effort, and as a lazy person was difficult, but after I pushed through a little bit of it, it became much easier. This just involved weighing things or using measuring cups to actually know what a serving looks like, and from then I would be good anytime I reuse that ingredient. I want to point out that when I was 24, it took me 78 days to get from 368 to 344. 10 years later at 34, it took me 41 days to go from 368 to 344. Therefore, it doesn't seem like it's that much harder or any worse just because I'm a little bit older. I'm gonna go over what I eat in a day for real. And by a day, I mean every day. Then I'm gonna give you the building blocks to do it yourself, so you can make the your name protocol. Don't call it the Alex protocol, unless your name's Alex, because then it's weird. Protocol also sounds much cooler than diet or plan, doesn't it? Egg whites. I love them for how easy it is to measure 10 or 20 grams of protein. 1/3 of a cup for 10, 2/3 of a cup for 20. Normal eggs are fine, but these are real easy to measure out and buy a whole ton at once. The bread, I just throw it dry in the pan, give it a little toast because I don't own a toaster. After that first flip, I put on a little light cheese, a little bit of spray oil for those eggs. Hopefully they don't stick. Please, for the sake of the video, don't stick. Then I put hummus and hot sauce on top of the bread. For my cup of coffee, I take a scoop of collagen. That's a free extra 10 grams of protein for the breakfast. Amazing. Look at those beautiful macros on the screen. Thanks to the egg whites and the protein bread, I can have a breakfast for 40 or 50 grams of protein and pretty dang low fats and carbs. So I'm gonna be real full.
The shortest segment.
I don't eat lunch. I do take a protein shake. I'll put different things in it, frozen cherries, sometimes a banana, often water, sometimes almond milk. This puppy gives me another 50 grams of protein for 2 scoops of protein powder. Oh man, you caught me just at the right time. It's meal prep day. My dinners are pretty much always made up of meatballs. Here's why. I can prep about 10 to 12 pounds of meat in about 15 minutes. It takes about 45 minutes to cook it in batches. I made sure to get the largest pans that fit in my oven so I can do as few batches as possible. Put on foil so it makes the cleanup easier. And with all of this, I literally have dinners for 3 to 4 weeks depending on how much meat I used. If you think I'd get sick of meatballs, consider I can crush it into a burger. I can chop it up and toss it in a salad or a stir fry. 2 of these bad boys, and just like breakfast, protein bread and cheese, and end up with a dinner that's between 50 to 70 grams of protein. Amazing. If we do some simple math, that's 150 to 170 grams of protein for the day. That's a lot of being full after every meal. I'm 2 months into eating pretty much the exact same thing every day. All year, I've gone out to restaurants maybe 6 times. Yes! The thing I change is the cheese, the veggies on the side, how I consume the meatballs, the hummuses and the hot sauces I use. All of these things can dramatically change the flavor, even when the base is the same. I love sandwiches because compressing things crushes all the sauces and saltiness and flavors together, as opposed to just having everything on a plate and kind of eating it individually is boring to me. I don't think it's working because the foods I'm eating are healthy. I believe it's working because I came up with this plan. This is the Alex protocol that Alex enjoys putting together and Alex enjoys eating. So I think of it like a Lego set. The Lego pieces are the fact that I have to stick to a certain amount of calories and macros, etc. But the way that I build the Legos is up to me. I can literally go weeks without thinking of what to eat or feeling hungry through the day because of this amazing plan. I also never feel like the odd one out at dinners anymore because if I have a bunch of friends who order poutines, I took responsibility and ownership for what I'm eating. The flavor of responsibility is more delicious than any greasy burger is gonna be. Until next time, I'm Alex, and this was me doing the thing.